Shifting sands India's economic slowdown. India's economy is facing headwinds. Foreign investors are pulling back. Wall Street is increasingly bearish on Indian markets. The International Monetary Fund projects India's growth to slow to 5.4% this year. This is a significant drop from the 7% average growth India experienced in recent years. The reasons for this slowdown are complex. Global factors such as rising interest rates and geopolitical uncertainty play a role. However, there are also internal challenges. These include structural bottlenecks, bureaucratic hurdles, and a lack of skilled labor. The Indian government has taken some steps to address these issues. The central bank has cut interest rates to stimulate growth. The 2025 budget includes tax cuts for the middle class. However, more fundamental reforms are needed to unleash India's economic potential. The exodus of foreign investors is particularly concerning. India needs foreign capital to fund its development needs. The government must restore investor confidence by addressing concerns about policy unpredictability and regulatory hurdles. The coming years will be crucial for India to navigate these challenges and return to a path of sustainable and inclusive growth. Global stage, missing player, India's isolation. India aspires to be a leading power on the global stage. However, recent events suggest a different reality. India is finding itself increasingly isolated on key global issues. One example is the lack of attention from the United States. Former President Donald Trump's decision to invite Chinese President Xi Jinping for an official visit, while ignoring Prime Minister Narendra Modi, was a telling sign. This snub highlighted India's diminishing influence in Washington. India's close ties with Russia are also proving to be a liability. India's neutral stance on the Ukraine war has drawn criticism from Western countries. This has further strained India's relationships with key global players. India's isolation is not limited to the political arena. Economically, India's protectionist policies have alienated potential partners. The Make in India initiative, while well-intentioned, has not yielded the desired results. India remains heavily dependent on imports, particularly from China. This has led to a ballooning trade deficit. To achieve its global ambitions, India needs to shed its isolationist tendencies. It must engage more constructively with the international community. A looming shadow, China's military superiority. India faces a growing military challenge from its neighbor, China. China's rapid military modernization has significantly tilted the balance of power in the region. India's military, burdened by outdated equipment and bureaucratic inefficiencies, is struggling to keep pace. China's advancements in air power are particularly worrisome. China has developed a new generation of fighter bombers, including the stealthy J-20. In contrast, India's indigenous fifth-generation fighter aircraft program, the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, remains stalled at the conceptual stage. India's reliance on outdated technology is evident in its air force. The MiG-29, a Soviet-era aircraft that Russia has retired from frontline service, remains a mainstay of the Indian Air Force. The recently acquired French Rafale jets, while advanced, were purchased at a price significantly higher than that of the American F-35. China's naval modernization is equally impressive. China has launched multiple aircraft carriers with advanced electromagnetic launch systems and nuclear propulsion. These are capabilities that India aspires to achieve, but is years away from realizing. India's own nuclear submarine program has faced setbacks, including a major accident that rendered its lead submarine inoperable for an extended period. These developments have serious implications for India's security. India's ability to defend its interests in the Indian Ocean region, a critical waterway for its trade and energy security, is increasingly in question. Stalled takeoff India's unmet ambitions. When Narendra Modi came to power in 2014, he promised to transform India into a global manufacturing hub and a technological powerhouse. However, a decade later, these ambitions remain largely unfulfilled. India continues to lag behind its East Asian counterparts in key areas. The Make in India initiative, launched with much fanfare, has struggled to attract significant foreign investment. India's manufacturing sector remains hampered by infrastructure bottlenecks, bureaucratic red tape, and a shortage of skilled labor. As a result, India's dependence on Chinese imports has only grown, leading to a massive trade deficit. India's aspirations in the field of artificial intelligence are also facing hurdles. The government's ban on TikTok, a popular Chinese social media app, was intended to boost domestic app development. However, it has largely failed to do so. American companies have filled the void, further cementing their dominance in the Indian market. Paky Sharma, a prominent figure in the public discourse, has made some bold claims recently. Let's delve into the details and examine the evidence supporting his statements. First, he argues that the economic growth rate has significantly slowed down. Is this really the case? Well, statistics show a mixed picture. While some sectors have indeed faced challenges, others have thrived. Additionally, Sharma points out the rising unemployment rates. This concern is echoed by many, but it's crucial to consider the broader context. For example, the global pandemic has had a profound impact on job markets worldwide. Finally, he raises questions about government transparency. This is a contentious issue, with opinions divided. Some argue that there has been progress, while others feel more needs to be done. In summary, Paky Sharma's claims warrant a closer look. By examining the facts and considering various perspectives, we can gain a more nuanced understanding of the situation. Despite being home to a thriving IT sector, India still lags in technological innovation. The country faces significant challenges in terms of research and development, infrastructure, and education. While there are pockets of excellence, a broader ecosystem that fosters innovation is still lacking. Addressing these gaps is crucial for India to compete on the global stage and ensure sustainable growth. Prime Minister Narendra Modi came to power with a promise of transformative change. However, many of his ambitious projects remain incomplete. From the promise of creating millions of jobs to ensuring better infrastructure, the gap between promise and delivery has been significant. Critics argue that while there has been progress, the pace and scale have not matched the initial expectations. The question remains, can India escape the middle-income trap? With a growing population and increasing aspirations, the need for economic reforms is more pressing than ever. Structural changes in labor laws, education, and investment policies are essential. Only through comprehensive reforms can India hope to achieve its true potential and provide a better quality of life for its citizens. Navigating the challenges ahead will require a concerted effort from all sectors of society. From government initiatives to private sector innovation, every stakeholder has a role to play. Seizing opportunities in emerging fields like renewable energy, digital services, and healthcare can propel India forward. The path is fraught with challenges, but with determination and strategic planning, India can overcome obstacles and thrive in the global arena.